Hi guys, well we're winding down the week. Today is Thursday, March 26th, and I'm going to go over a few things that we learned about this week so that we can take a quick test tomorrow. I hope that I will have covered everything in the next 10 or 15 minutes. If I mention something to you that you didn't see or don't remember, just hit me up real quick on chat and I will definitely try to answer you guys back. Okay, so the one thing that we started our week out was learning about biodomes and our ecosystems. We have two biodomes. Actually, there's three biodomes. I only mentioned two. One of them being the Eden Project in Cornwall, England, and the other one is owned and operated by the University of Arizona, and it's called Biosphere 2. I think I also mentioned that Biosphere 1 is the Earth. So Biosphere 1 is the Earth. Biosphere 2 is located in Arizona. And what a biosphere is, it is a man-made or human-made concealed, confined environment. So everything that goes in there stays in there. Nothing else can get in or out. Unless they open the hatch doors and let you out. So the differences between the Eden Project and the Arizona Biosphere was that the Arizona Biosphere made it accessible for 8 men and women, they call them biospherians, to live within the biosphere in Arizona for 2 years. That was their goal, to see how humans could interact with all the different ecosystems and the biomes that were within the biosphere. And again, those were called biospherians. Let's see, what else did we cover? Oh, I talked about the animals that were in the biosphere. I did talk, I think, on Wednesday about, I did a little bit more research because I remember one of the scientist saying that it took her weeks to make a pizza and that she had goat's cheese on it. And I was like, well, if she doesn't have large animals, how did she get goat's cheese in there? Because they mentioned everything else when I did my research on the biodome and what plants and animals were in there. It said birds, bugs, snakes, frogs, lizards, toads. Didn't say anything about the goat, but I did see it. I actually saw the goat when she was harvesting the wheat. There was a goat, so there's a goat involved. So we know that there was a goat. That might be on the quiz. Might be. But I also want you to remember the number one thing that was chosen right off the bat to go into the biosphere was the hummingbird. Yeah, I know. Who thinks of a hummingbird? Well, evidently somebody did, and it was a really good idea, so they got a hummingbird in there. Probably quite a few by now. So those are what we learned about on Monday. And then Tuesday, I gave out the engineering design process worksheet, and we went over that together. It's the one that I asked you to print out and actually fill out. It looks like this. Okay, there you see the 3 blanks on here. I wanted you to fill those in, and we covered the engineering design process. I would like for you to read over this again. There could be some questions on your test. One of them might be about brainstorming. I like that word, brainstorming. So, did I say I like that word, brainstorming? I think it's pretty cool. It makes me think about Disney. What's that right over there? Something storm, barnstorming. That's what that one is, not brainstorming. Sorry, that's not a good reference. But anyway, I thought about it. I bet there's not a waiting line there. Anyway, so just being silly. So review the engineering design process and just know a few things about that. And don't forget that brainstorming is one of my favorite words. Also on Tuesday, oops, wrong paper, sorry. We did review on slide 7, which I have here somewhere in my deep packet. And slide 7 was the engineers of a biodome. What do they need to know to be an engineer in a biodome? Well, they need to know about their animals. They need to know about the plants that they're bringing in. They need to know how the design process is to design the biodome. And biomimicry, that's a really cool word. Biomimicry. I'm just amazed that I can say that word and not trip over it at least 3 times, because you guys know that I have a problem with those kind of words. Biomimicry. I like it. I hope that you researched it. I hope you watched the video link below on Tuesday. Is that Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday, so that you could see how certain things were designed after our environment, our animals. It was really cool, and I hope that you came up with some really good ideas. I haven't had a chance to look at Tuesday's assignments yet, but this would be one that I would be really interested to see how in-depth you guys research this. So that's what page 7 was, and then after that we shared, and let's go to Wednesday was our vocab, and our vocabulary was due on Wednesday, and our vocabulary was biodome. What's the definition of a biodome? A biodome is a human-made closed environment containing plants and animals existing in equilibrium. So that's what the Eden Project was, and that's what the Biosphere 2 in Arizona was. So a biome is an area with a certain set of ecological characteristics, including a specific climate, plants, and animals living in it. I told you I'd stutter over a word. A biosphere is the part of the Earth's atmosphere that is capable of supporting life and includes both living and non-living things. Then brainstorming, which I did not put on your vocab list, but I'm just going to tell it to you anyway. A technique of solving specific problems, stimulating creative thinking and developing new ideas by unrestrained and spontaneous decisions. How many of you have come across a problem that needed to be fixed right away? I mean, something really crazy. I won't go into details, but one day, this is just me brainstorming on my own. I'm pretty good about that. And y'all know I talk about duct tape and zip ties, the girl's best friend. Well, I had a wardrobe malfunction on the way to work when I worked in North Tampa, and I pulled over on the side of Courtney Campbell and whipped out a zip tie and actually fixed my problem and was able to continue on with 8 hours of work. So it was kind of funny that I did that on my own, but I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm like an hour from my house and an hour from my work. On the side of Courtney Campbell, I just came up with that idea all by myself. I was so proud of myself. I had to show all my friends at work, look what I did. It was pretty funny. So yeah, I can brainstorm. You can brainstorm on your own, or you can brainstorm with your family. And if you'd like an activity to do over the weekend, you can brainstorm as a family how to clean the garage and organize it in a fashion that everybody could make it work. You can brainstorm on a last-minute trip to the park on your bikes, what it takes, a last-minute camping trip, what it's going to take, who's responsible for what, make it happen. Brainstorm, get it together. It's really cool. So I like brainstorming. So our next word, sorry I got off track there. Our next word is ecosystem. It's a functional unit consisting of all living organisms, plants, animals, and microbes in a given area, and all the non-living physical and chemical factors of their environment linked together through nutrient cycling and energy flow. An ecosystem can be of any size: a log, a pond, a field, a forest, or the Earth's biosphere. Excuse me. But it always functions as a whole unit. An engineer. We talked about engineers and scientists most all week. Engineer is a person who applies scientific and mathematical principles to creative and practical ends, such as the design, manufacture, and operation of efficient and economical structures, machine processes, and systems. That's a whole mouthful, and that's a lot of responsibility for our engineers. our habitat. What is a habitat? It's a natural place of home, or natural home for plants and animals. Their habitat, like a bear in the woods, a cat at home, or it could be a feral cat that lives in the park down the road. They're not very nice, so don't approach them. Or it could be our turtles. Our turtles here on property here at school. We have one or two that likes to scoot through our field out front, and it's kind of cool to see them, and then they scurry back underneath the fence and go right back down in their little holes. That's their habitat. So that's a habitat. A habitat, again, is a natural home of a plant or animal. So this would be Tuesday, and then I asked you to look up or watch a video on biomimicry, and then research biomimicry from the video. There's many videos out there about it. I actually pulled that word out of my son's because I'm pretty proud that I know that word. I know what it means. And they kind of surprised me because they knew a little bit about that too, but I actually was able to tell them a couple things that they did not know. So yes, moms are pretty cool. Even at their age, I still got them. So look out there, see what you find out about biomimicry, and if you haven't already done it, I mean, this is a Thursday review. I know this was done for Tuesday, but just think about mimicry, what it means, and have fun with that, okay? So that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday was our vocab words, which I just went over with you. Again, I got ahead of myself on that. But we did go over the vocab words together, and then we issued your current events assignment, which is due Thursday. And then there was the Biodome project, which you guys probably learned a lot from that. That was for you to look at the 3 videos, the desert, the Arctic, and the tropical rainforest. And you're going to write an assignment, write a couple things about whichever ecosystem you chose to write about. There was 3 sentences that I wanted you to answer. Whichever ecosystem you chose, you were to answer the 3 questions about it. And then there was today, our review day. So I hope that I went over everything that we covered throughout the week. I don't want you to panic over the test. It should be really easy because I've said a lot of things over and over again. Most importantly, I want you guys to have fun. I want you to work on your project over the weekend. Have fun with that. Get really creative. I'm still not giving up what I'm doing. It's not very big, but it's really kind of cool, I think. Yeah, my sons thought it was kind of cool. So I look forward to seeing those on Monday. So we'll go ahead and break off from here. Just go over the videos that I've put out there this week. You can listen to me talk if you want to. I'm sorry. You can see my fish in the background because that's where I'd rather be right now. But we're learning something every day, guys. And I'm so proud of all of you that have signed on early this morning. And I've seen some of your comments, and some of you are turning in your work, and I'm really proud of all of you guys. This is the last quarter. We can do this. And I will see or talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a great evening.